Hey guys, Dr. Calvin here with the KNRX. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate doing the compression to distension technique for calf issues and for shin splint issues. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to cover the compression to distension technique on the calf, and then we'll cover it on that front end muscle called the tibialis anterior, and you're going to want to work that one if you have shin splints. You're more than welcome to work both in either circumstance, but if you have shin splints, you want to make sure you're doing both ends. If you're just having calf issues, calf tightness, even down into that Achilles tendon issue, even knee problems, I'm going to recommend at least the minimum doing the calf one. So the most straightforward approach is we're going to just remove the roller stick portion from the KNRX. So we're just going to pull that completely out. And now I just have the roller stick. I'm going to position the calf. I'm going to work on a bench with that foot hanging off the very edge. I'm going to take the roller stick back and around, and I'm going to grab it again with my other hand. And now I'm going to just sit up as I'm putting pressure on starting at the Achilles. So I want to start right at the bottom here, right in that area, right before it dips over my heel into the bottom of the foot is where I'm going to start with that compression. And I'm throwing down that pressure there. Threshold, let it fade. Again, if you have not watched the compression to distension video, please go back and watch that so you have an understanding of what I'm saying when I say compress to threshold and wait for the fade. So we're going to come in here, compress, threshold, let it fade, and then we're just moving that up a fraction of an inch at a time. So that is for that calf portion, and I will work it all the way to the back of the knee, getting that compression on that calf. The next portion is using a ball for that tibialis anterior. So you feel your shin bone coming right down the middle of your leg. Right off to the outside of it is that muscle, that tibialis anterior. I'm just going to position that ball on the table, and I'm going to take my leg over the top, and I'm just going to sink down into that tibialis anterior until I get to that threshold with that muscle, wait for it to fade, and then I'm going to work my way up that tibialis anterior, staying to the lateral or outside of that shin bone, but I'm going to work that all the way up to the top of it, where it starts to feel pretty bony right about at the knee joint. That's where you'll stop with that. You can work the calf with the ball. I don't think if you've got a really chronic calf issue, it may not be sufficient, but you could use that ball end to work the calf with that on the ground and just laying the leg over the top of it. I don't really like this way because I don't feel like you're going to get to that threshold, which I want to achieve with that calf muscle. The last part is working both ends at once, and that's again the advantage of using the scissor function with the KNRX. And for demonstration purposes, I'm doing it on this rack, and if you have one, by all means use it. But this would also use that door hanger where you're right next to the door, and you would hook the small end into the door. And then what I'm going to do is step over the top here, and I'm going to position the ball over the tibialis anterior here. And so I've got both going to work for me here. I've got this portion, this roller stick portion. Now come here a little closer. The roller stick portion is going straight perpendicular to the calf muscle. So I've got this straight. So this is not at an angle here. I've got that straight to the calf, and then this one on top is at a 45, or probably more like a 30-degree angle. And now I'm going to compress, just pulling this back back to me, and I'm going to get that compression on both the tibialis anterior and that calf at the same time. being able to do that compression distension technique on both sides concurrently. And again, this is critical, especially if you got that shin splint going on, issue going on, especially those younger athletes. I know my kids got them pretty bad in those younger years, and you could just walk that right back up, doing both sides, doing both the calf and that tibialis anterior at the same time. Compress, threshold, hold it, let it fade, and then we're going to move it a fraction of an inch. That's the compression distension technique for the calf. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Comment down below. Have a great day.